momentum once he retired.
But this is the car very similar to the one that you drove.
Yeah, just the same car as I drove.
Now, so much has changed since that crash of Severe. I mean, you were there, so you actually saw what happened.
I was on the scene, I tried to get him out, and, you know, he died, and I just remember, well, everything carried on, and I thought, well, no, but a guy's just died, you know?
Because you had a huge off in a car, not too dissimilar to this, didn't you?
Yeah. At Silverstone, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Jody Schrichter's lost it.
Miraculously, no one was seriously hurt. The new breed of cars fulfilled their promise, and not one of them caught fire.
But, you know, if you look at the cars before, say when Jackie started, these are massive improvement. You know, Jackie, if he gets into something, he doesn't stop, you know. I suppose that he talked so much, they just gave up.
So Jackie's tireless work transformed the sport, something that hits home when you look at Lewis Hamilton's car.
So it's not until you look at a modern Formula One car do you see all the safety features that were starting to work on in the 70s.
It's gone a long, long way. I mean, if you go here, you just feel how solid it is compared to that car. You don't have to do much more. And this is all padding.
Yeah.
So that it's, you know, if you have a side crash, that's going to protect you.
Jackie Stewart was unique in motorsport because he really fought against the grain, whereas everybody else just got in a race car and took it for granted that these things happen. He was unique that he stood on his own at times, and still does.
He moved it on more than anybody in the history of motor racing. They are so much safer now.
The last person who was killed in a Formula One car was the great Ayrton Senna.
Yeah.
Motorsport will always be inherently dangerous, but what Jackie Stewart has left is something that will be blue-stamped throughout motorsport from now on. And what he did was save people's lives.
Before Sir Jackie and I parted company, there was one last thing for me to do. We were at Lake Como, which could only mean one thing. I'd be driving round Monza.
I have to say I want a little bit more of this lifestyle, but the problem is I've got to get in a Formula One car. To say that I'm not nervous is an understatement. I get to drive, you know, your 1973 winning Tyrrell.
Yeah, wonderful car. It's a very famous car. You'll like it to drive, but it's quite tricky. Quite a nervous car.
So Lake Como is a special place, and Monza has a huge stamp on your career.
You were always hyped up for Monza. Everybody gets wound up just because of the atmosphere. This was, for me, part of the build-up, part of the chemistry that allowed me to get rid of all that tension and get rid of all that expectation.
You brought your family here, you know, the kids are running around. You could have walked out that door and never seen them again.
Emotion's fantastic to get rid of. The car feels your nervousness if you have it.
The speeds that you're doing around Monza in the Tyrrell that I'll be driving, I mean, the top speed, what would you get out of it?
187, 188 mile an hour. We never quite cracked to 200.
But look at me, I'm not going to be doing it either.
Oh, yes, you are.
I'm calm, I'm quite happy to sit here all day, to be honest, and leave the car for you lot.
Well, maybe I sort of felt like that too sometimes.
I'm unbelievably nervous, and to say that I'm not scared is a bit of an understatement. You know, I'm driving something that, you know, is a 1970s Formula One car, and they're inherently dangerous. A lot of people were killed on this track. You know, Francois was killed in this car. It fills me with trepidation, fear, excitement. Can I do that?
A little bit like that.
Just for me.
Well, this is your baby for the day. You couldn't have any better. Right, in you go. Okay, both hands back. Yes, that's it. Just slip right down.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, I hope you enjoy it. It's a great car. Just take your time, particularly the first lap. Be a wee bit nervous because to be in that car round Monza with so much history.
I'm actually at Monza.
You know, it's a big moment.
Jackie's advice was to tiptoe around the first chicane. Then it was time to open the Tyrrell up and find out just how magical this car really is.
This is incredible.
Now you're getting a few revs over, and that's good.
This is the most amazing feeling. And the sun's setting on Monza, and this is the straight.
I'm going to go up the pit wall and see him through. Bump down a couple of gears now. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Second gear, oh, get it in there.
Into the first chicane, and then he's going to accelerate out of that. There he goes. Heading down towards the next chicane.
What a car!
He's going to go through in a bit of a dip underneath a bridge.
How down is this?
Now he's going down the main straight.
Yeah, flat out the straight. God almighty, this is the best experience in the world. Flat out,
It looks good to me. I think he's got it fine. Well, I've never really seen a Tyrrell going round this racetrack. It's nice.
Someone else. Will it be Stewart, Rint, McLaren or Bergwald? It could be any of them. And they're inside now as they come up towards me. We're looking out.
I still love the sport. I absolutely love it. For all the bad things that have happened, there's 100 better things that have happened in many ways. And it still gives me enormous joy just to be around the cars and to be able to see somebody having that much pleasure out of it. That itself is terrific.
I think it looks to me as if Stewart's just got it.
Sat surrounded by petrol, and it just makes you realise how brave these guys were, you know? Just incredible.
Jackie Stewart, the winner. Jochen Rindt in second place.
Oh, I'm going to treasure this moment for the rest of my life. I've driven 15 laps at Monza, and now it's 74 in one car. I actually want to cry. Just cannot believe it. Cannot believe it.
Unmistakably the world champion without any question, and he has in fact won the race. This is his victory.
Honest to God, I was in tears on the back straight as I was coming in. I didn't want to come in. I just want to keep going and going, round and round, and just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just let me sit here.
Good.
What an experience. If there's a heaven, it's got a steering wheel and 4 tyres. And it's painted blue.
Faster than a bullet from a gun.